The line leading up to Great Waterton needed a fresh set of ballast, so the Fat Controller gave Stanley permission to collect some from the small railway. He was thrilled to visit, and was anxious to introduce himself. Trying to be polite, he whistled proudly, but only produced an odd screech that sounded nothing like his whistle at all.
Oh, how embarrassing. I only wanted to be polite.
Oh, don't worry about it. I know better now than to poke fun at an engine's whistle. Just be thankful you got it. I'll have you know that one day mine was loose, and it shot off like a rocket and I never found it again.
Ha! Wow. I've never heard of anything like that before. That's funny.
No, actually it wasn't even remotely hilarious in the slightest.
Rex clued me in. It was hysterical, trust me.
Oh, shut up, Frank.
Well, I'm sure it was an interesting experience to look back on.
Suit yourself, just heed my advice. Hold on to your whistle, keep it right on your boiler where it belongs.
Hello, Stanley. Lovely day, isn't it? It's nice to be able to share it with someone.
I certainly agree. It's one of those simple pleasures in life that can be enjoyed in good company.
And even by yourself. Spot on, Stanley.
It's been a glorious day. I even got to visit the small railway this morning. Mike told the story about his whistle, you see, and...
Excuse me, Stanley, but you are urgently needed up the line. The workmen have discovered the trek to the old Waterworks, and we would like an engine to go and inspect it.
Sounds like a fantastic adventure. But I'm afraid I have to take this ballast to Great Waterton.
Hey, don't worry about it, champ. Leave it all to me. I'm on my way there myself. I reckon you'll enjoy that a heck of a lot more than your run-of-the-mill ballast run. Take the pressure off your pistons.
The prospect was greeted with acclamation. Hank was soon coupled to the train, and Stanley prepared for his important trek.
Be careful, Stanley.
Bust my buffers! Look at all this! I'll have to tell Harvey all about it. This waterworks still has water flowing through it. I wonder why it had to be closed down.
Let's have a look then, shall we? There's a lot more to this place than meets the eye. Perhaps if we mosey around, we'll find some answers.
Should I be hearing an ominous creaking sound?
Those falls could have been the end of all of us. Is everyone all right?
I've been better.
I'm fine. I suppose it's a blessing we're all safe.
But they weren't. The fall had destroyed an old aqueduct, which was unfortunately active, and a rapid flow of water was pouring through the gaping hole in the roof, and slowly filling the room.
No windows, no way for the water to escape.
Which means, if you don't escape,
We'll surely drown.
Stanley and his crew searched in dismay for some means of escape, but there was nothing in sight that could possibly save them from a watery grave. Suddenly, Stanley remembered the long line of rope resting on a platform. He pondered. He remembered Mike's story about his whistle.
a whistle could serve as a projectile. So if it was aimed properly, it could shoot the rope down, and you two could escape.
A smashing idea. Quick, we have no time to lose.
The driver and fireman loosened Stanley's whistle, using what little steam they had left for one shot, and for one shot only.
All right, Stanley, it's all or nothing now. We have one shot of this. Make it count.
The fireman blew the whistle, and it shot off like a rocket, ricocheting off the walls and hitting the precise plank, dropping the rope to Stanley's crew. They quickly produced a makeshift grappling hook and began to climb for their lives.
Oh, thank you, Stanley. You have saved our lives.
The men clambered out, relieved to be out of the precarious circumstances, but dismayed to have left their faithful engine. The next day, Stanley was rescued, and had been pulled out from the remains, soaked but satisfied.
How was it, chap?
Wet.
Well, I certainly agree, but your heroic act will not go unrewarded. You're a brave engine, Stanley, and a clever one, too. You have saved the lives of these men and made a considerable sacrifice. You will be mended at the works, polished, painted, and you will also receive a brand new whistle. You are truly an enterprising engine. It is an honor to have you as a part of my fleet.
This was the ultimate compliment for Stanley. He was euphoric. A few tears drifted down his cheek.
Oh, here come the waterworks.
Stanley, of course, could have passed it off as water dripping from his boiler, but he couldn't deny it. They were tears of joy. He was glad to be standing on his own 6 wheels, and thrilled to discover that even from great hardship comes even greater joy.